everybody, welcome back to my channel. So I have something really exciting today, and if you enjoy it, maybe I'll do another one in the future. Today I'm going to be showing you guys and sharing with you some of my memories. I did have another box before this. Mum's currently in the process of clearing out her house, so there's probably going to be, if I find the other one I'll show you that. But from quite a young age I started, I think the old memories box I ended up putting some of that stuff in here, and some of it was just completely pointless, and I'm sure there's going to be some weird pointless stuff in here as well, which I probably might take out. Some of the stuff I had a quick browse through it earlier, but some of it I haven't seen in years, and I'm really excited to share it with you guys. So kind of ignore the mess in the background. I kind of lit up a candle trying to make some sort of background. So yeah, this is my memories box. It's not crazily full, but there is some pretty cool stuff in here. Well, it might not be cool to you guys, but to me some of these things may seem worthless, but they have a lot of sentimental value. So I'm just gonna dive in and kind of show you guys some of the things. Some of them I'll explain, some of them kind of most likely explain themselves. So I'll just start with the first thing that I see, and this is my retainers box. It just says Amy Fisher, wear 10 to 12 hours at night to clean, soak in, I don't even know what that says, something cleaner, which was basically just the cleaner to clean my retainers. So, God, I can't even open it now. It is empty, it is just the box. And I kind of put that in there because after I got my braces off, I think I had braces for 6 years, pretty much the entire duration of secondary school I had braces. I think I got them the end of year 8, and then I got them off just before, I think it was just before graduation, or it might have been after graduation. Yeah, well, I think it was after graduation in year 12. So yeah, it was just the box, and I put it in there because I was so excited that I finally had straight teeth, and I was kind of proud of it. So little memories of when I had braces. Obviously you couldn't keep the actual braces. So the next thing I have is this, which is a balloon. It says happy birthday to my BFF. And I remember this was when I was in secondary school. It says my 15th birthday 2011. I wrote that on there just so I wouldn't forget the year. And it was from a friend of mine called Georgia, and I remember she brought it in school and tied it to my backpack, and I had to carry it around the whole day with this helium balloon just attached to my bag. Oh, memories. Next is I have, oh my gosh, okay, so when I was a kid I was obsessed with Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Basically they're just like a card game, and you build your deck and then you can battle other people with them, and certain cards are more powerful than others. And I remember everyone had them when I was at school. This was probably 2004, 2005 when I was in primary school, and everyone used to bring them in school, and we used to trade and swap, and sometimes you'd swap 4 cards for 1 if your 4 were okay cards and someone else had a really strong card. But got my little deck of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. This is not the whole deck, and I had a special tin that they were in. I still have the tin, but the tin would have took up a lot of space, so I just put the cards in there. Next we have, oh my gosh, okay, so pretty much from when I was, I think I was 4 or 5 years old, and it was my first day of primary school. So in England you have reception, which is the earliest you can go to school, and then you have, is it nursery then reception, or reception then nursery? Maybe, I think it's nursery then reception. Either way, you have those years before you start school, and it goes year 1, year 2, year 3. Anyway, Mum got me this for my first day, and I had it clipped on my bag for years, and then after that, when I got too old to have it clipped to my bag, I used to just keep it in there as a little good look thing. And even when I was in secondary school, I used to keep it in one of the front pockets of my bag, and I just, yeah, memories. And then I know my mum got my sister one, and hers was yellow and it had Ellie on it, and my mum had one that had her name, and yeah, cute. Next, oh my god, this was from when I was in primary school as well. It was, I think, year 1, and you had to draw a picture of yourself. So that was what I drew. Next, okay, this is gonna seem weird to have crisp packets in, but basically when we first moved to Australia, they didn't have these crisps here. They do now, they sell them here now in certain shops, but they didn't when we first moved here, and I kept this in my memories box as a reminder of England, because these were like my favourite crisps. So we got a packet of Quavers, packet of Monster Munch pickled onion, and prawn cocktail. And I remember whenever I used to like miss England, I used to just open the packet and there's still like a faint smell, even now. These are probably years old. So these expired 2007, which means it was probably like 2006 when I got them, because I reckon crisps last for about a year before they expire or something. So crisp packets. So next I have like this little brochure thing of the Isle of Man, because that's where my uncle and my grandparents now live there, and we used to like go there on holiday and stuff. So I've got a little brochure of that. And then this is kind of to go with that, is I have a £1 note from the Isle of Man. I used to have it in a frame, but then I ended up putting it in my memories box, because in England, or in Manchester and stuff, or the rest of England, not the Isle of Man, you don't have pound notes, you just have pound coins. And I just thought it was really cool that there was like a pound note, kind of like America have like dollars. So then I just have some pictures from my younger days. So this is a picture of me and my dad. I have no idea what year this is, but I was quite young. And there was, I think it was in Wales maybe, because we used to go to, we had a caravan in Wales and we used to go there like every weekend. But yeah, it's like a little mermaid thing, and he was holding me up so I could get my picture taken in it. And that is me. That is Ellie. And this was a friend of ours, Harrison. And it says holiday to England 2009 year 8. So I was 13 there. Okay, so I just had to switch cameras, so the lighting and position may have changed a bit, because for some reason this is the new one, and I've had more problems with this one than I've had with that one. This is the G7X Mark III. That's the one I'm filming on, is Mark II, and it kept coming up saying that the temperature was too hot on the camera and that it couldn't keep recording, basically. So moving on. I have another picture. This is just of my family. This was December the 5th, 2006. That's my grandma, and these are my aunties. And yeah, I don't know. There's not really any reason that's in there. It was just in there. How great is it going through like your memories and just reminiscing? This is when I was on the softball team. This was when we first came to Australia. This was in 2008. I'm at the front. I'm the one that's holding the bats together. So that was the softball team that I was on. Oh, this was a picture of my first day of school. It says Amy with Auntie Jessie, the first day of primary school, September 2001. So that was my first day. You can't see the bear, but that was my little book bag. I still do that with my feet when I'm standing too. This is a picture of me. This was in Rhyl in Wales, and we're at the beach. And I was just walking down the steps. I used to love that hat. Next is a little picture of a little Polaroid of me seeing Santa, again somewhere in England, no idea what year it was. This is a picture of my Auntie Jessie. I was really close with her growing up, and she's the only person ever, even to this day, that I've had a connection with in that way. I can't explain it, but even after she passed, like whenever I've had operations and been really poorly, like she's been there, which I know sounds crazy, but like I've woken up and seen her in the corner of my room. It wasn't scary. It was almost like a just like a big glow of light. Like I woke up and I thought the light was on and it wasn't, and I just looked in the corner and she just kind of smiled at me, and just weird stuff like that has happened, and I always felt so close to her. So that's why there's probably quite a few pictures of her in here. This is me at my grandma's house when I was younger. I was pretending to iron, and I used to love those slippers, and just stood in her little I think it was like next to the conservatory in their old house. This was Spring Fling, October 2012. This was year 11. This was like basically where you go on a boat and it's like a cruise thing, and I think it's year 11 and year 12 like both dress up. So this was like some of my friend group that I went with. That's me in my Catwoman outfit. I look so silly. Oh, there's my hip. This was my 16th birthday. My sweet 16, 2012, and I had a cocktail party at my house, and this was my friends, like we all stood for a picture. So, oh my god, that dress is way too tight. And then this one, it was taken at Time Zone, which is kind of like an arcade, and me and my friends went in like a photo booth, so that's just again some of the same people that are in the other pictures. My first phone, which I have no idea where the charger for this is. But I think I got it when I was like 14, or I think I was 15 actually. It doesn't turn on, but I'm sure if I could turn it on that there'd be some weird pictures and all sorts on this phone. I'd love to read my own messages. So that's in there. I also have my first ever camera, which as you can see, it's broken and doesn't turn on or anything. I don't even know if it's got a memory card in here. Oh, it doesn't. I would have loved to see what pictures are on it. But yeah, that was in there. Oh, this was the first piece of wood I ever cut at school, because we did woodwork as a subject. You had to do them in like year 8 and year 9. So this was the 5th, I've written on there the date, the 5th, because we used to have like just a scrap piece of wood, and we would just practice cutting it with like the tools and all that stuff, just so we could practice before we actually started to like make something. So it says the 5th of February 2009, woodwork, first piece of wood chopped. So I kept that and put it in my memories box. Next, this was attached to a bear. Like you guys have met, I don't know if you've met Teddy Tom, but basically he's like a little grey teddy bear, and that's what Tom got me, the first ever like bear / present that Tom ever got me. And he wrote me, this was when I was in hospital actually, and he sent me the bear because he was in England at the time and I was here, and I think it was like my 3rd week in hospital, and I was pretty unwell and I was so sad, and all I wanted was Tom to be there. So he sent me the bear and he wrote this. He said, "My beautiful princess, get well soon. You mean the world to me. I love you so much. Love from Tom." And I kept that because that was attached to the bear and memories. Next, I have this. And that was just the school that I went to, and it says Amy Fisher, and then it's got like a bunch of numbers, and basically this was the little pass that we had to wear. I went to Japan in 2010, I think it was. Japan, Tokyo, with a bunch of people from school, because I was learning Japanese at school, so we got to go to Tokyo, and we had to wear these like passes so everyone like knew we were a group. And then in the back it had like a little converter from dollars to yen, so we could like work out prices and things like that. So I kept that. Next, this was the first bus ride I ever took by myself on my own, and I just kept the bus receipt, and it was £3.20. Church Road, Flixton to Trafford Centre is where I went, and it was 2009. So I was 13 when I took like my first bus, like just by myself. I'm trying to be quick because I have a lot of stuff in here, so I might have to make this into 2 parts. But if it is in 2 parts, I'm gonna upload both at the same time, so you should be able to watch the second part straight away. Next, this looks all grim, but this is actually my, what are they called? Are they called corsages? Like the little flowers that you wear when you go to your school prom. And I kept it. So the silver bit, that's the bit that went around your wrist, and then obviously the flower was alive at the time, but it's no longer alive, so I've just kept that in a little bit of plastic to kind of keep it a bit safe, and I don't want to get petals all over my box. Okay, next I have a medal, and this is Johnny Young Talent Quest Talent School 2009. And me, my sister, and our friend, we wrote a song, like an original song, and we performed it, and we got some medals, and we got an encouragement award. I'm not sure what we came like overall. We didn't win or anything, but it was a really great experience, and we still got a medal. And yeah, it was brilliant. Me and my sister, we used to write songs all the time. I am a shocking singer, but my sister is amazing. So, cause I wasn't like bad, but I was pretty bad. So my bad singing luckily was evened out by my sister's, but guaranteed if Ellie just went and sung by herself, she probably would have won something, because she's a really good singer. Next, I have 1,000, what is it, 1,000 rupiah. That's basically Indonesian money, and there's a hole in it as well. And it says the Bank of Indonesia. This is like nothing, this is for like $1 or something. But this was from when I went to Bali. I have a little hospital band. This was from one of the first times that I was in hospital. And I also have the hairnet to go with it. This was my first ever surgery. So I kept the little band. They didn't write my name on or anything, and they didn't even like clip it properly, so I was able to unclip it. Because if you actually press the button down fully, once it's in, you can't undo it. So luckily it wasn't clipped, but I kept my little hairnet that they put on me and my little red band. Don't know why, but memories, doesn't have to be all good memories. Bad memories. Well, actually it was a good memory, because I used to get tonsillitis like every couple of weeks from like being super young until I was like 14. I think I was 14 when I had them out, and it was literally hell. It sounded like I had a cold all the time. I had to get like my adenoids out, my tonsils, and they did something else, but I can't remember what. And I remember I was so scared, and I kicked up such a fuss that they used the mask to put me asleep, because I didn't want the needle. I was so scared of needles. Now I'm just used to it, but then I was so scared. So there's that. Oh, next I have this certificate of authenticity. This was from a little jewelry box that my grandma got me, and it was engraved, and it says, I have the jewelry box, but obviously it wouldn't fit in here, so I just kept the certificate. It says, my granddaughter, I love you today, tomorrow, always. And it's a personalized music box basically, and it the melody that it plays is You Are So Beautiful, and it's just a, like, I don't keep jewelry in it, I just keep it as like a special object. It's really important to me, so that's that. This is a wristband from a place called Adventure World, which is like a water park, and this was one of the first times I ever went there. So I kept the little ID band. It's kind of got a bit of like gross moldy stuff inside, because obviously it was wet, because you go on the water rides, and then, but yeah, I haven't written the date on it, which is a shame, but I kept that. I have this little number plate, which used to be stuck on my first bike, like my first bike that I learned to ride, and then as I got older I took it off my bike, because I haven't ridden a bike in years, but I took it off that, and I used to have it on my bedroom door, so there's like little sticky things from where it was stuck there, so I kept that. Then I have my first ever bookmark. I was reading books from the time I could read, and I've used this my whole life, and then I got too old to use it obviously, so I just kept it as a memory. But yeah, the little wooden bookmark with Amy like engraved into it, and a little bear on top. Really cute. Oh, this is a coaster from a little restaurant called Hog's Breath Cafe, and it's like an American style, like ribs and grill and burgers and all that kind of stuff. And my dad took me there for my 18th birthday, because I used to love the barbecue ribs from there. So he took me there, and he wrote on the back, Amy 18th, barbecue ribs, love dad. It doesn't even make sense, but anyway, we kept the little coaster from there. Next, I have this magazine with Kate and Will's Wedding of the Century. This was like the official like wedding thing and all that stuff. It was basically when they were getting married. I think when was that, like 2012 or something? I don't know, I feel like it was a long time ago now. Next, I have, oh my god, a Tamagotchi. Do you guys remember these? Like, I had one as a kid, and I used to play it like non-stop, and then I'd forget about it, and I'd come to it and it'd be dead. Oh gosh. I think like Tamagotchis have come back again. Like, I've seen them in the shops for sale again, and they're so expensive. Like, these were like semi-expensive when I was younger, but now they're like extortion. It was like $50 for a Tamagotchi. I was like, criminal. Next I have a little ticket. This is from Dolphin Discovery Center, and we went on like a boat, and they take you out to like this like dolphin hotspot, and like they come up next to the boat and you can kind of like reach your arm down and kind of like pet them and stuff. Do you pet a dolphin? Stroke it? Don't know. But this was the 27th of January 2010 at 11 AM, and it cost $206. Pricey. And next is Little Stars, which was my year 7 play, and this was basically the program and who everybody was and whatnot. Oh my god. And I had to sing My Heart Will Go On by the Titanic, and it was literally like the last song of the show. I was so bad. Maybe one day I'll pluck up the courage to show you guys that video. Let me know if you want to see that. But I was so bad at singing, and I was stood there like this. I remember I had like pink socks or something that really stood out, and then there was like 2 people either end of the stage with this like strip of blue material, and they were like shaking it like that to create like a wave, like as if it was the ocean. It was cringe as, but it was something else. Obviously my family told me I was good, but I'm telling you I wasn't. I've never been able to sing. No idea why like I didn't audition for anything. Like the teachers just picked me and were like, you are doing this, and I was like, I don't want to do this. Let me be villager number 7 in the back where no one can see me. I do not want to be on stage singing in front of the whole parents. Oh, it was horrible. So bad. Next I have Amy's stamp book. This was like my Club Penguin stamp book. There's not even anything in here, it's just like blank. You were meant to fill it with the stamps that you earned on Club Penguin. Do you guys remember Club Penguin? That was the best back in the day. Next I have my first ever medical ID bracelet. This was like when I didn't have, my health was not the best, but it wasn't like it is now. And it just says asthma, POTS, heart murmur, and microcytic anemia, because those are like my main problems at the moment. Oh, and CFS, which is chronic fatigue syndrome, which turns out I didn't actually have. It was just my EDS mimicking symptoms of chronic fatigue. Even though I do get really bad fatigue, but I don't have like chronic fatigue syndrome. Anyway, that's that. Then I have this little, just like one of those lolly sweet things from when I was a kid. I found this in one of my really old memories box, so I just kept it. Next I have a little piece of cotton wool with a plaster on it and a dot of blood. This was from my first ever vaccinations at school, and that was 2008, where everyone like got their vaccinations. They just suddenly take you out of class and you're like, it's time, and no one has time to freak out and panic and run away. That's it, it's done, boom. But they made me really, really sick actually after I had it. I had to like go home. I like passed out in the thing. Embarrassing. Next, I have a little homemade brochure, and it's called Beauty La Fall, and it was me and my sister and my cousin, and we made a little home salon, and we got like the whole family. They would come in and we'd like massage their feet and paint their nails and all those types of things, and they would give us like $1 or $2, and then we made like little brochures, and we had little business cards and everything. It was so cute. Let me read you some of this. So, Beauty La Fall, massages, facial masks, mud baths, makeup. Come and treat yourself now. Contact us on blah blah blah, which was our house phone number. Book now. And then inside it says, we do mud baths for $2, back massages for $1, nails washed and painted for $1. This is good, guys, a bargain. Get it while you can. And try our new tanning lotion, $3. And then in brackets, have supermodel skin now. Hand massage, $1. Earlobe massage, 50 cents. Indian head massage, $2.50, which is one of those like head things that like, you know, the metal thingamabobs. Knee massage, $1. Who the hell gets a knee massage? And then it says Easter sale, 20% off all items and treatments. Also try foot massage, 50 cents per foot. Toe massage, $1. Isn't that just a foot massage? Eyebrow brush, 50 cents. Elbow massage, $1.50. Shoulder massage, $1.50. Nose/eyebrow plucker, $1. Scalp massage, $1. Toe/hand hair plucker, ew, $1.50. Nail clippers, $1.50. Earwax removal, $1 per ear. Wrist massage, $1.50. And then in brackets, men only, man boob massage for $2. Oh, Christ. Oh, man boob massage, men only. Ooh. Hand massage, $1.50. Nose massage, $1.50. And last but not least, it actually says that, temple massage, $1. Bloody hell. And then we drew like loads of like squares like within the like brochure, like so we could add pictures. Like some of them had pictures, but then some of them didn't. Oh, that is hilarious. Definitely keeping that one. Then I have a bunch of cards from different times, different like with some of my friends from like birthdays and whatnot. This one used to sing. You can hear it trying to sing. Oh, like a bee buzzing. Then I have a plectrum, which is basically the tool that you use to play the guitar. And that was from this was my first ever plectrum, and I actually got it from my dad because he plays the guitar, and he was like, because I used to see him playing the guitar, it made me want to learn, and he helped teach me, and then I started up lessons at school. And when I got my first guitar, got my first plectrum, it was 2006, and it actually says 2006 on there, so I won't forget it. I have a little Fox's mint wrapper in here, which always reminds me of my grandparents when I was a kid, because we always used to go over and they had this big jar of sweets, and I always used to have one of these, so I kept that in there as a memory. Next I have this little FBI badge that I made, and you can see where I've like stapled it. It says FBI, Federal Bureau of Investigation, with a little smiley face. Me and my sister used to play FBI agents, where one of us would be the agent, one of us would be like the bad guy, and we'd run around and we'd be like, stop, FBI, freeze. Next I have a ticket of one of a theatre show that I went to go see in 2010 called The Fame. I don't really know what it was about, I can't remember, but I kept that in there. Oh, these were the first business cards that we had for our little Beauty La Fall. Yeah, these were the first, I'm just covering the phone number, but these were the first business cards that we had, but we had better ones that we actually laminated and everything. A little cinema ticket, this was 2011, this was when I went to go see the Justin Bieber film with my sister and my cousin. Then I have my favourite show I've ever gone to see, that was Justin Bieber, 2011. This was when he had his Bieber hair. I went with my best friend at the time, and it was so good. We literally screamed that much the next day. We both went to school and we were like, like we couldn't speak. Then I have another ticket. Now this is like probably the oldest one. This was Lancastrian Hall in Swinton, which is in England. The Magical Family Pantomime Cinderella, Saturday the 15th of January. You ready for this, guys? 2000, that's right people, the year 2000. I was 4 years old. And it cost £4 to get in, and I remember it like it was yesterday, even though I was only 4. So I have these, which are ribbons from the sports carnival at my school. This was like, again, when we like first moved here, I was super into sports, as you can tell from some of those pictures. I played basketball, baseball, football, as in soccer, and a bunch of other stuff. But this was the sports carnival, so these were more like javelin, like 100-meter sprint, hurdles, those types of things. So this was the year 2007 and 2008, so I came first. This was Sports Carnival, 100-meter race, 2007. This just says races, came third, 2007 also. This was 100-meter in 2008, came fourth. And again, 2007, the races, came second. Lastly, I have these little cards. This was for when I applied to be a student counsellor, because you had to write like a speech and you had to put posters up around school on why people should vote for you, and then you sit down in front of your entire year and you basically do your speech or whatever, and then everyone gets to vote after. So my mum came up with this slogan called Vote Fisher, and it was vote for the fish was the slogan. I hated it, but then I kind of got bullied because my name is Fisher. I don't know why. I don't know what's so special about it. But they'd be like, go back to the pond, fish, oh, Fisher, blah, blah, blah. But then I made it a thing because they were already bullying me. I was like, fine, let's make it a thing. You want to call me Fisher? I'm going to embrace it. Because then every time you go, oh, no, don't call me that, or you kind of make a big deal about them bullying you or calling you a name, that eggs them on. It fuels the fire to do it more. But when you turn around and you just go with it and you're like, yeah, I'm Fisher, what of it? They don't care anymore. And that's literally what happened. So after I did this, no one gave a shit anymore, basically. So yeah, basically I had posters around the school that said vote for the fish. But yeah, it says vote Fisher #1, and then it says vote me #1 or in the top 6. And then I also gave out little hard candy, like sour candies that everyone was really into at the time, including me. Like that was, everyone brought something, like whether it was lollipops, cupcakes, whatever. So I handed out these with little sweets strapped to the back, and it says on the back, it says hope you like the warhead, which was the name of the sweets. So I kept those as like a little memory. But yeah, that is it, guys. Wow, I thought that was going to be a quick show and tell video, but that actually went on. So I'm probably going to end up, this probably would have been a 2-parter, but yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want to see more stuff like that from me in the future, I would definitely do that. I will start a new memories box from now, and then in a year's time or whatever, I'll show you. Or if you can come up with other ideas and things of stuff along these lines, or anything in general that you want to see, let me know. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please do give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below. I love you guys so much, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys.